Baruch Hashem, today is day number 77 of our daily study of Rambam Sefer HaMitzvos. We're still in Hilchas Ishus in the 3 chapters a day of Mishnah Torah, chapters 23, 24, and 25. And our mitzvah today is a repeat. That is positive commandment 212, the mitzvah to be fruitful and multiply. What can I tell you today that I didn't tell you yesterday? Well, an interesting detail. Being fruitful and multiplying means that you not only have a child, because that's not multiplying, you have to have 2 children, and it must be a male child and a female child. But furthermore, the mitzvah is not actually completed in the first generation of reproduction. Reproduction means when you have a son and a daughter who each have a son and a daughter. This is obviously a literal obligation, but on a spiritual level as well, there is a concept of being fruitful and multiplying. And that is that when you teach somebody Torah and you bring them into Jewish observance, you give them spiritual life. That is a spiritual form of being fruitful and multiplying. So there's a teaching from the Rebbe that each one of us is obligated to have spiritual children. And how do you know how many spiritual children you're supposed to have? At least one male and one female spiritual child. But what does that mean, male and female? The whole teaching is homiletic. So in Chassidus, male and female are mashpia and mekabel. Mashpia means somebody who's more of an influencer, and a mekabel is somebody who is adept at the art of nurturing, not creating the influence, but knows how to take in the influence and develop it. So every one of us has to have at least 2 spiritual children, someone who is a mashpia and someone who is a mekabel. Meaning someone who will go out and give classes. That's the mashpia type. And somebody who will internalize those classes and apply it to real life. That's the mekabel. And obviously, every mashpia has to be a little mekabel. Every mekabel has to be a little mashpia. But that's the teaching. And of course, as we spoke about yesterday, that reproduction is tied with the idea of Mashiach. So too here, the symbolic reproduction is also very much tied with the idea of bringing Mashiach, that when we bring more Jews into the fold, we hasten the time when the knowledge of God will be proliferated throughout the entire world. We will see you, God willing, tomorrow.